going to do is find the cheapest Windows 11 capable PC from CEX. So first things first, web browser, uk.webuy.com. Can accept cookies or not, up to you. We want to click on computing at the top, and then on the right hand side we want to go desktops, nettops and all-in-ones, and desktops, Windows, and then just set the filter in stock online. And then what we're going to do is sort price low to high, and we're going to have to browse through, bearing in mind the processor we're going to need has to be from around 2018 or above. So a lot of what you're going to see is me just skipping through, knowing that it's not going to be a thing. So ideally what we're looking for is a Celeron processor, starting with an N or a J and a 4, I believe, but we will double check that. So if we scroll through, so a lot of these E5400, that's a very old processor, but that's quite a nice thing there. 20 quid for a desktop. Athlon X2 i3 220, E1 6015. See, these are all old processors. E5700. Let's keep going. E8400, one of the original I series processors, very old. Surprised they're still selling that. I've got G3 220T, slightly too old. I'll just keep going and going and going till we get past these dual core ones or very old generation Core I series processors. A quad core one there, Q8400, but still sadly far too old for the minimum requirements of Windows 11. Keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Not getting anywhere near at the moment. 4th gen i3. Oh dear me, might be going for quite a while. Here we go. What's this then? So HP S01 AF 1000 J4025 with 4 gigs of RAM, 1TB hard drive, Windows 10, B grade, 50 quid. So we'll go into that and we'll just check that the J4025 is compatible. So we'll just go Windows 11 compat processors. Accept your cookies again if you need to. And here we go. So it's a Celeron and it's J4025, and that is compatible, so we'll go ahead with that. This is quite interesting. 50 quid for a Windows 11 capable machine. I want to buy this item. View basket and we'll check out, and I'll see you in a moment while we do some fun stuff with it when it arrives. And here it is, one working day later, and it has arrived. So let's get it open and take a look at what is in this marvellous box. Looks to be rather well packed. Lots of nice and friendly recyclable paper packing. Got a dispatch note. Lots and lots of wrapping. Just chuck that off to the side. And then we've got a box and the PC, I'm guessing. So just discard all of that. Very well wrapped, and here it is. This is quite a nice machine. So I think it did say it was in B condition, but it looks pretty much perfect to me, so that's alright. And then in this separate box, I'm guessing it'll be the power supply, and yes it is. Fantastic. What I'll do is just take a quick look around the machine, see what I/O it's got, and then we'll power it up and have a mess about with it. So it looks like there's a tray here where you'd be able to get a small DVD or Blu-ray drive in the machine, but it doesn't come with one, but that's fine. Who uses CD drives, DVD drives, Blu-ray drives anymore? Not me. We've got power button, headphone jack, then 1, 2, 3, 4 USB 3 ports, and an SD slot. Got a nice HP logo there. We'll turn it around, take a look on the back. So we've got audio out, audio in. We've got an old VGA and HDMI and a serial port, interesting. 2 more USB and Ethernet. And of course, power. And that's pretty much it. So we've got an area where air can come in. On the underneath, got some rubber feet on there, and let's take a look inside. While I'm opening this, I'm kind of expecting this to be more of a sort of system on chip type of device. It's trying to use a normal screwdriver, and if you just look, it's actually a star fixing, but a flathead screwdriver may do the job. So I'll just go and get one of those and try again. It turns out I do actually have the right screwdriver fitting here. So we'll just get that unscrewed. One-handed because I'm holding the phone or camera. There we go, that's done. So we'll take the lid off. Take a look inside. Wow. So this really is a kind of system on chip sort of device. There's no way we can upgrade this other than probably RAM. So it's got 4 gigabytes here, so I'll just take that out and we'll take a look. So it's taking sodium and there's just one slot. Probably go up to 8 gigabytes, but whether or not we'd want to, I don't know. We'll have a look. So it's just got some Hynix 4 gigabytes, PC 42666V, DDR4, excellent. So we'll just put that back in. And heatsink and cooler, interesting solution there. Heatsink's pretty small. Don't know if we'll be able to get this off. Potentially. The fan just looks like quite a standard Foxconn fan. Not much else going on. There's a SATA there, and then second SATA there. And underneath, don't know if you can see that, we've got a full-size SATA hard drive, which is advertised as 1 terabyte. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to take off this top bit somehow, and then we'll take a look underneath. Well, that was easy. Just pushed a little button on the side, seemed to loosen it, and yeah, there we go. So there is actually some expandability here. So we've got the Wi-Fi card down here, and then we do actually have an M.2 slot there. So we could actually upgrade the 1 terabyte hard drive and put quite a nice and quick bit of storage in there. And then just down here on the right hand side, you can see the additional SATA cables with power as well. So we could put a DVD or CD or Blu-ray drive in this, but I'm not going to bother. So I think that's all there really is to look at in here. It's quite a basic system for £50, and it's going to run Windows 11 because it meets the minimum requirements. So let's fire it up. Here it is, all plugged in, ready to go. So let's give it a go. You can hear it spinning up. Nothing coming out yet. HDMI, here we go. Still not working. Don't know what's happened here. Maybe back to the drawing board. But it's definitely powered up, and we've got a HDMI plugged into the back of it. So I will be back in 1 sec. Weirdly, what's happened now, it switched on. Seemed like it was doing something. HDMI didn't spit anything out. And now it's just powered itself off. So we'll just try. And it won't power back on. Interesting. Just give that another go. So I've taken the power out of the back. I'm just going to try switch it on again. So again, lots of whirring. Something going on. Still nothing from HDMI. Hello, that's me again. It's as if by magic, it is getting some output from the device, but it's just completely blank. Here we go. Something's happening. Just a moment. So I'm guessing they've factory reset the device and powering it up for the first time. Goodness knows what that did. Possibly an update. And then powering it up the second time, it's decided to work. Forgotten how slow mechanical hard drives are though. I do have some in my main PC, but I usually only just use them for file storage rather than the operating system. It's whirring away. Don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, taking a while.
Just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen.
There we go. So we've got Cortana. This is going to have Windows 10 on it. I can tell just by looking at the way the screen looks. Windows 11 setup's a lot different. So I'll just run through that setup off camera. Through the installation process, I found this quite interesting. So it actually offers Windows 11 up front because it is, well, it's allegedly capable of running it. So I'm going to try and do it through that process. If I click get it, then yeah, it says just a moment, might be waiting a while here. It is installing Windows 11, but it has just brought me into Windows 10 while it does that. So one of the first things we're going to do is just change the refresh rate on the display because it's on 30, whereas my display will actually run 60. That's a little bit better. So I'm going to finish the installation of Windows 11, but what I will show you is how badly underpowered this machine is. So it's got a dual core Intel Celeron J4025 CPU running at 2 gigahertz. What's weird is the bottleneck tends to be, or is at the moment, the hard drive while it's downloading the Windows 11 update. Hard drive and CPU whirs away getting me the Windows 11 update. Something I will just show you. When I go to Explorer, it's only showing there's 430 gigabyte drive. It's supposed to have 1 terabyte, so I thought maybe that's an issue with the listing. Maybe it's just got 500 gigabytes. But in disk management, we've got a second partition, 500 gigabytes, not currently used for anything. So what I might do is just expand the C drive to use up that additional space. So after what felt like a couple of days, I finally got Windows 11 installed. So when I say a couple of days, I literally had to leave it on overnight updating. It is very, very slow. So I'll just, as an example, so what else I've done with it, I've installed every update from the App Store and every possible required update, driver update, BIOS update, literally everything I possibly could, and then defragmented the C drive, but also expanded the partition to use all of that free space. We'll look at that in a moment. But just to give you an idea of how slow it is, I'll just open up the Edge browser. Hello, that's me. There we go. Finally loads up. We'll open YouTube. Takes a long time. We'll just look at Task Manager. So even running idle, so literally just running Task Manager, you can see 10% of the CPU's in use. It is admittedly down clocking it to use less power. And it does go up to 2.8 gigahertz when we do put some load through it. So if I just open up Edge again, but we'll take a look, see what goes on in here. So you see it spikes up at 2.8 gigahertz. And it's still going. And eventually it settles down. So there's a lot going on with this. There's no real components in there that are particularly effectively quick, apart from maybe the RAM. But there's only 4 gigabytes of RAM. The CPU, dual core, up to 2.8 gigahertz with 4 megabytes of level 2 cache is pretty terrible. The Wi-Fi is reasonable. Wi-Fi AC, good enough for some office tasks. The GPU is built in to the processor, and that is just a Intel UHD Graphics 600. So we'll test that out and try and run a couple of games. But before we do that, I will just change the resolution because I'm running this on a 4K monitor does have a 60 hertz refresh rate, which is quite nice, but very impractical for hardware at this level. Hello, there I am again. So what we're just going to do is adjust it down to 1080p and keep those changes, and we'll just knock the scaling down to 100% just so there isn't as much for the PC to be handling. So after some extremely long loading times, I've managed to get Asphalt 8 to work. So I'm going to try and play this single-handedly. And incredibly enough, it's almost playable. Bit of jitter there. Slight delay on the controls, but I don't know if that's just because I'm using Bluetooth, although it shouldn't really. But this is actually playable. I'm pretty gobsmacked. Oh, there we go. So yeah, the hard drive's whirring away, and yeah, this is not a great experience. Not for serious gamers anyway. Given how much time I've already wasted on this machine, I am actually going to do a Cinebench multi-core score. So we'll see what that comes up with. And there we have it. A multi-core score of 639 points. And a single core score of 388 points, which isn't actually that bad. Still terrible. Really underpowered and dreadful. So in conclusion, yes, technically, this beast can run Windows 11. But there is 5-year-old Core i7 PCs out there that are way quicker, way better, that technically, according to Microsoft, cannot run Windows 11. I know there's workarounds, but really, this is just one heck of a dreadful PC. So just before I end the video, just wanted to have a quick look at what price these go for on eBay. I'm hoping for some good news, to be honest with you, because so far it's been quite a terrible experience. So I've just searched for the HP Slim Desktop S01, which it does appear that there are some listings for pretty much the exact same device. So here we've got one with the J4025, 4GB of RAM, 1TB hard drive, Windows 10. But if we look at completed listings, and we will see how much these have been selling for. So I'm just going to switch to PC desktops. Okay, so that one at the top, that's a Pentium. I think this isn't looking too bad actually. That one's got an SSD. So we've got one with 8GB of RAM. But you will notice that they seem to be going for quite a bit. Admittedly, there is some here that are from the United States, and exchange rates are a little bit different. But if I put in the Celeron processor as well, should narrow that down a little bit. It's just got the one that sold 21st of May for $139.99. Be nice if I could get that for it, but I don't think that is going to happen. There's one here which got 8GB of RAM, 4 months old, 132. We'll have a look at what is listed, so we'll remove complete listings and we'll sort by price lowest. Okay, so we've got the same model here listed for $89.95. What I might do is just undercut that price or put it on as an auction with a minimum price of £50. So I'll at least get most of my money back once fees and stuff are off there. But with a bit of luck, I'll be able to make a little bit of money on it. So not completely a bombshell after all. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one.